things over people. You see that cargo over there? That caravan? You think they spare a thought for you when they have treasures to count? It's the same as it's ever been. Property is the darling of the rich. I still remember my first day, blockading the road down by University Point. Education for all was pretty plain as slogans go, but it was a peaceful protest. No time to be peaceful now. It's all coming down. But I don't know if I can. Are you crazy? You stole a box of cigars? Yes, I know, and I understand. But for God's sake, we need them to believe that we're just loud and stupid. They have guns. They have all the reason in the world to keep us here. Use your brain.
You know you have to. As long as there is a way back, they won't dare to move forward. And time is running out right between our fingers. You have to make them desperate.
I need you to appreciate the importance of my work, Miss Abramsky.
Is it more important than people? Than lives?
I am rebuilding society. Do you have anything to contribute to that? Anything at all? You'll be better off here.
This was meant for Central Bank. But I think the others would approve. No way back now. All I have to do is wait for the others to realize that. Savinsek has been reaching out to us. Perhaps she can be spared. As for the others, well, a revolution cannot be civilized.
She said the ends justify the means, yet she hesitated. Perhaps because she knew in some secret corner of her heart that in the eyes of some, their means could come to justify their end. They first fled to these high places because they thought it might be a gas of some sort, heavier than air. They remained here because it was easy to fortify, because the others didn't follow them here. The treasure vault. Medical supplies, seeds, electronics. Everything you need to build a new home. And rule it.
Simon made this for me before we left Eagleview. Said it was something to remember him by. He's all I want to remember now. But if I forget, it's like they die all over again. So I think of them all the time. But Simon must never know.
When everything changes like this, does life go on? Can you even be said to live the same life as you used to? Fedorova has walked the path of the gun for a long time, but for very different reasons.
Mrs. Savinse, could I please trouble you for your signature on these employment contracts?
Indeed. I must say, however, that I cannot quite understand your insistence on such due process now that the courts and bureaus are gone.
Order will return soon enough. Eagleview must be a land of structure and sound legal practice.
This is where the morphine case came from. Someone opened this crate, took the morphine, and gave it to the mechanic? Judging by his glassy eyes, he's been using it himself. But he's too slow and dull to have stolen it without getting caught.
It was Mrs. Savinsek's idea to check the greenhouses. Bless her. Some of these plants can be cultivated in Eagleview and used for food and medicine. I used to love gardening.
Bring this notebook to Mr. Patrashku. I know how things look, but he is not your enemy. I'll be there too, and we'll make this work. Please trust me. Signed, Fedorova. She has been kind to us so far. Well, what's in this notebook that's so important?
I've been with Savinsek, baby. 9 years. And you know why? Because I'm the best.
Impressive. You know, I think Savinsek might have a crush on Mr. Patrashku.
A crush? Baby, she hates him. Let me tell you about Mr. Spaff and Mr. Patrashku.
Mr. Patrashku, please listen. The bridge is out. We're trapped. And Savinsek has turned against you. She's been working the crowd up and getting your guard on her side. Please, just look at the notebook Shana gave you and listen to this recording. No, this can't be right. Why would she keep the train grounded? Says it's almost fixed. Anyone could make the final repairs, but the workshop is locked up. If it stays that way, we're stuck here. And Mr. Patrashku doesn't know. This came from Mr. Patrashku's cargo. His logo is right there on the lid. Medical-grade morphine for Eagleview's infirmary. So, what was that mechanic doing with it? Did he steal it, or did he just find the box? And where's the morphine itself? Shana's going to distract Savinsek, keep her occupied, while I get this door open and start the power back on. If her people do their part, we're getting out of here. If I'm fast enough this time.
She broke down the wall. How about that? Do you think it'll last? Or is this one of those truces that live exactly as long as the purpose does? Mind the infinite societal gap. Ah, another one of these. I had a feeling we might find one, because this is what we must have missed. Probably more than two as well. It looks like this one's hooked up to the same power grid as the trains. Want to play electrician? Huh, this switchboard connects to 3 different power sources here in the station. No connection, no weird machine, and no train either. Looks like we need to fire up those power sources first of all. This is it, I guess. I've never liked goodbyes. They're too definitive, but I think this might be the last time we see Chernosk. It's all about letting go in the end. Right. No looking back, pillar of salt and all that. We have a train to catch.
Overheard the guards talking. They've locked the grate. My bag. I have to get it back before that train leaves. Perhaps there's another way down?
Now departing for misunderstanding, conflict, and the upholding of divides. All aboard